Welcome back to Anchor Down Podcast, Season 2, Episode 4. He's Carter Collins.
And that's Ian Larrabee.
We're your hosts for this. We're going to start it off this week by talking about the football game last Friday. We were away versus Mora. Did not quite go how we would have liked it to have gone. We did end up losing that. I think it should have been a closer game. We definitely didn't perform the way we should have and could have. But it was a rainy, wet, cold game.
It was a downpour. We had a lot of fumbles, a lot of just miscommunications, holding on to the ball and all that rain. So
Right. We did have 2 touchdowns though. One 45-yard rush by me, and then one about 4 or 5-yard rush by Benny Galley. Those were nice. You know, that first touchdown was an answer right away to their first touchdown. But I think they kind of they kept pushing the pace, and we just did not.
We just couldn't match.
We just didn't keep up with it. No. Again, I think it should have gone better. It was a tough one to have to lose for sure away.
Energy was good out of the gate too. I mean,
Yeah.
Your spike celebration after the touchdown was quite
Might have
nice.
been a small spiking. I don't know. The ref didn't say anything, but we were excited right away. We were excited to be able to score right away, but then, just couldn't keep that up. We couldn't keep that intensity up. I think the defense, we kind of struggled a little more on defense. It wasn't the worst performance, but I definitely think the past couple weeks have been better. I think we, even against Esco, I think we played better. We just were a little more aggressive, a little more like on our job, stuff like that. But so now this upcoming Wednesday, that's going to be our last game of the regular season. It is a home game against Two Harbors. We'll talk more on that though later, I think, here.
Yep. Yesterday, the C squad was able to take a big win over I Falls, shut them out 16-0.
Yeah.
I know Kintner Braxton had a big run.
Maybe like a 25, 20-ish, something like that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then Sammy Blevins finished it off late in the fourth with another touchdown, and Reese Ringhofer secured it with a big pick at the end.
I heard that. That's right.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I had to leave at halftime, but I heard that he had a couple balls kind of come his way in the first half.
Couldn't catch
And
them.
then he just kind of deflected them a little bit, and it was all right. But then, he finally got that pick.
Carson Tardy had one right in the face mask. Quarterback absolutely
Hit him
smoked
right
him
in
right
his
in the
head.
face. Didn't have the reaction speed on that one, but
Yeah.
that'll happen.
No, they played well, though, I
They
think.
did. Yeah. They're coming along really well.
Definitely. They've
guys.
got, 3-4 wins now in the season.
3.
3?
Yep.
It's good to have some of those younger kids
is.
kind of working their way up.
And the experience winning from that young type thing. Too.
Right.
Like,
Makes you want it more.
It makes you want it more. It makes you work harder for it.
It's like, losing can also help, but definitely winning is...
Feeling what it's like to win, definitely. Makes you push more for it.
Yeah, but I Falls, they were a small team. They had about enough to fill up the lineup and like a couple extra at
They
most.
brought 15 with them. Yeah,
But they still they played. They had some good runs. They had one kid, I think his number like 35 or something.
Yeah,
Little kid, he was
a beast.
running around. But again, just really nice to be able to get those younger kids kind of winning, starting down low, and just kind of hopefully keep that momentum flowing in the next couple of years.
Yep.
Other than that, I think the girls had that true team on Saturday last week. Not entirely sure how they
I'm
did.
not sure.
But other than that, most sports are kind of starting to come to the end of their season again. Like I said, we just have our one last regular season game. And I think a couple of sports have been finished up now. A couple still have a little bit left to go.
I know hockey tryouts are already here.
Oh yeah, hockey tryouts too.
We got
Yeah,
some football guys.
Yeah, I
trying
think
to
the
manage
first.
both.
I think the first girls hockey game is like November 12th or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's
It's
not
just
far
a couple weeks away. But then now tonight the cross country team, or this afternoon the cross country team it'd be today. The podcast will come out tomorrow. So the cross country is down in Proctor. Pretty sure this Proctor one's usually like the last one or like one before sections.
I think
here.
I think the next one.
Yeah, so the next one will be sections. This is kind of wrapping up their season, Again, hoping those girls have been doing really well this year. A few of them in particular, like Tara Hertling and Melina Sullivan, have been really, really doing well. So we're hoping that they can kind of keep that up here at the end and take individually as well as take that team back to state. It'd be pretty cool to see.
Be awesome. And then Wednesday will be our last football game, and that's also the Tackle Cancer event this Wednesday. So we're doing a lot to kind of honor anyone who has a family member and knows someone struggling. So you can wear the colors of cancer to that one, and purple does represent all of them. So if you don't have someone directly, affected or not a specific one, then you can just wear purple to support everyone. And I know there's going to be a lot of fundraising going on, some raffles, some silent auctions to my knowledge too, and a lot of events to raise money for that.
Right. Yep. Yeah. So that'll be. Not entirely sure how that's all going to be set up, but I think there's going to be a tailgating before the game with some food for free and things like that, hot dogs, and then I'm not sure if it's at halftime or during the game, whatever. I think there will be some raffles and some other just like donations are welcome. All the money goes to the Angel Fund, which is local around here. They help support families that are struggling with people that have had cancer or having cancer with hospital bills or traveling to go to appointments and things like that. So it's a good organization to be supporting. And for football, it kind of affects us a lot too, because Mr. McDonald is, he's our usual like football announcer. And, this year we haven't been able to have him really at our games. He kind of brings that energy that everyone likes. And so we're also doing it for Mr. McDonald there. But yeah, everyone, the podcast will come out tomorrow. So Wednesday, game day. Everyone, show up wearing colors to support. And hopefully we have a nice game and a good turnout of kids as well.
Be awesome. Student section's got to be packed for that one.
For sure.
Gonna need it.
Oh yeah.
50% chance of rain though.
Yeah, it's gonna be
potentially rainy.
Yeah, it's gonna, from what we've heard, be pretty much a downpour. So,
but could make it more
Bring
fun.
your umbrellas. Yeah.
Bring your umbrellas. Yeah. That's what it was last Friday. Oh
yeah.
Those rain games, they're fun though. I like them.
It's a blast.
I think you just get like drenched, and you're just hitting people and you're sliding around. But at least we have the turf field, so it helps. It helps a lot when you're actually playing.
That pretty much brings us to Thursday, which not much going on anymore for sports, but the 9th grade volleyball team is at Grand Rapids on Thursday.
Rapids,
that. Yep.
And this week too, it's MEA week, so no school Thursday or Friday, and I think that's probably why too. There's not many games or events that go on over that MEA break there, but that's pretty much all there really is going on this week for sports.
That's about it.
Yeah, there might have missed something, but I'm not entirely sure. And then I'm sure probably kind of next week is when a lot of playoffs are starting up. For a few sports, and then as well as, like you said, some of those winter sports are kind of already kicking into tryouts or early captains practices as well. So if you're in a winter sport, be on the lookout for information about captains practices for hockey and basketball and wrestling, boys swimming, things like that.
Other local events going on. There's Scream on the Greens mini golf on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Virginia. It's on 14th Avenue West, so that'll be cool.
Oh yeah, the greens on 14th over there. Yeah, it's a pretty neat little golf course there, mini golf course.
Yep, and then the Hibbing Farmers Market also remains open, even through the cold. They're sticking it out. So
it's kind of hard though. Some of these days are like yesterday was like 50 to 60ish in the afternoon. It wasn't bad, and then you get like day before it's frigid out. I walk outside to go to work, and I'm like, oh, shiver me timbers. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this week. And then other than that, now next week, I know for sure on Tuesday we'll have a playoff game. So we have at least one playoff game.
When you go home at that point, so
yeah, and so most likely it'll be an away game for us.
Yeah.
We'll be away, but then if we win it, we'll have another. If we lose it, that'll be the end of our season. And yeah, that's about all that's going on right now for us. One more thing too going around in Hibbing here this week on Saturday the 21st. there is a fundraiser that is being put on by the Range Regional Animal Shelter, which is the local animal shelter. It's out by the airport. So it's going to be at the Do You nightclub here in Hibbing on Howard Street. And for more information about that, I think to get tickets, you can go online either to the Range Regional Animal Shelter's website or the Do You nightclub's website as well. I think there's going to be like a dinner, and there might be some auctions, some giveaways, things like that for a fundraiser for that. So if you're interested in that at all, go ahead and go online to go find a little more info about that one.
And that'll pretty much bring us to professional sports going on. The Twins did end up losing the series. They only did have one win.
Yeah, I think they're, thought maybe they could do a little bit better. They were 1-1 there, and then they kind of got stomped on a little bit in that game, and then they ended up just not being able to come back. I think they had one. Was it the last game or the second to last game? I know people were talking a lot about like they were changing their pitchers up a bunch, just a whole bunch.
I didn't catch that one, so I'm
Yeah.
not too sure. But
So they had a little bit of like odd tactics there, switching pitchers up. Maybe thinking that they kept giving them fresh guys, you wouldn't be able to get hits off of them, but didn't end up working out. But it still made it to the playoffs, and it had that win, which is a good thing. For Minnesota, at least Minnesota fans, stuff like that, baseball.
Speaking of a win, the Vikings finally picked up their second, beat the Bears, barely.
Yeah, I'd hope they'd be able to beat the Bears.
Well, even Justin Fields left there, and Tyson Bagent, who was undrafted rookie. He went to a Division II college, and they almost came back and beat him. So,
yeah, I was watching that game. I got Justin Fields on my fantasy team. I really needed him to perform because Anthony Richardson's out in one league, and Jordan Love had a bye week, and he got taken out. And he had 4 points all game.
Yep,
4 points. But I think he dislocated his thumb.
Yep. So I know he's getting X-rays on it. I don't know.
And then he wasn't able to grip the ball, I heard, so he couldn't do anything. But then they put that rookie in, and he did all right.
He's actually pretty good.
He started pretty strong. I was like, dang, I don't think Justin Fields is going to get welcome back after this.
I'm kind of wondering with how bad he's been.
But he ended up kind of selling it there. He threw that interception. The interception towards the end, like the Bears were honestly looking at winning. They were looking at beating Minnesota, but he threw that interception, and that was kind of just like sealing it for sure.
I probably wouldn't have been mad if they lost, though. I'm kind of in the full tank for Caleb.
Williams, yeah, right.
I'm kind of ready for it.
Get something fresh in there. It's tough with Jefferson out as well. You just don't have as many targets, but another win. We'll see if they can kind of keep going here. The Packers, they had a bye week this week, so it was kind of tough. I needed Jordan Love to play, but he didn't. He was out. Also, though, the 49ers and the Eagles, both undefeated teams, lost. They lost, and not just lost, but the Eagles lost to the Jets, and the 49ers lost to
the Browns.
With
With their third-string quarterback.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I had Brock Purdy on my fantasy league. He got me 7 points. So
I was playing against Brock Purdy. I was happy about that one. It's tough. It's interesting when a team gets like an undefeated season, or they can kind of creep up on one. Like those are really cool to see. You go like the whole season, but this year, 5-0 was the most they got to.
That was Purdy's first actual loss too. He had never
first
lost.
Regular season loss.
Yeah, if you count the playoff. I mean, he did destroy his shoulder in like the fourth play, but.
He is. I think he's honestly he's an up and comer. He's an impressive quarterback for sure.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Going from Mr. Irrelevant to starting
Mr.
for
Relevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah, that's what it is. Football, NFL is kind of keep on keeping on. I think this week, this Saturday or this Sunday, they have their first game. It's in Frankfurt, Germany. So there's like 2 games this year that are in Germany. I think the first one is this weekend, and then like the ones like maybe it's 2 weekends away. I'm not sure, but those ones are pretty cool where they go all the way over to Europe and play some games like that. Kind of like brings more attention abroad as well to the NFL and football as a whole, which is pretty neat.
They've been talking about hosting a Super Bowl in London now.
Really?
Eventually, which I don't know. You could go back and forth on that. It'd be cool, but it's also kind of.
It'd be cool, but it's like, you know, the U.S.
really
is
expensive
like,
if someone wants to fly
right. If you
over there to
want
watch
the tickets
Super Bowl.
alone already
Yeah.
cost like a couple thousand, and
Now
now
you
you
gotta
gotta
buy a plane ticket to London.
ticket and all that. Yeah. But no, still like it's a cool thing. I think kind
It
of like
is.
integrating the countries and the people, because there's even a couple players too that come from like I know there's some guys that are from like Mexico, and maybe South America and Europe as well.
Yeah.
That come over and are playing in the NFL. You know, which is pretty cool to get some more diversity, because it's kind of been known as just like a U.S. game in sport.
Now there's that international pathway program.
Oh,
I believe
yeah.
it's called, where
Yeah.
you can kind of try out, and they'll fly you to the States to host a tryout. Every team goes there and watches. And I
Right.
know there's a few that got signed. I know the Washington Commanders have a good tight end out of that.
Really, yeah.
Samis Reyes, I believe
Yeah.
is his name. Yeah.
No, definitely. I think I like it though. I think that's really neat to be able
cool.
to get more people and give them more opportunities like that. Yeah, you know, the NHL is starting up too. Hockey season's kind of starting. I don't follow hockey too much. I'm sure I will a little bit, but
They're 1-1.
but the Wild, I guess I think they're 1-1 right
Yep.
now. You know, again, another Minnesota team. Let's hope they can perform this year. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of most everything that's going on in town right now. A little bit of professional sports as well. But just again, I'd like to ask everyone, you know, to come out and support at the Tackle Cancer Football Night. That is going to be Wednesday. So the day this comes out, Wednesday the 18th. As well as there is that fundraiser for the animal shelter the 21st this Saturday. So if you're interested or you want to support, please go ahead and look up more information about that. And like always, you know, we want to thank Mrs. Zubich for letting us be able to come do this here, as well as like Hibbing Public Access TV and Ron Werkla for allowing us to be able to record here and kind of make these podcasts, which is pretty neat.
It is. So thank you all very much for everyone who makes it possible.
Yeah. We'll see you next week on Anchor Down.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support.